Hello and welcome to part 2 of our Poland road trip series. We are in our hotel here, just across the border, just as where we stopped last night, and we just got ready to get some breakfast before we are heading out because we got a lot of travel to do today. We want to go to so many different places. I hope that works out as we are planning to, because we need to travel or drive between the places quite a lot, and I have to look up how much it is. But yeah, let's hope that all works out, and let's go get some breakfast. So it seems like there was only breakfast until 9 a.m. and we kind of thought it was until 10. At least I thought so. Anyway, we are heading out to Krakow's bridge where we wanted to go. Let's have a look. Krakow's bridge. Should be like 15 minutes or so. Yeah, looking good. 12 minutes. Awesome. I think we might be able to charge there. There's an AC charger, but we don't know if it works. And we also don't know if it makes any sense, because if we're there for like 5 minutes or 10, then it doesn't change anything. Still got 46% in the battery. So let's turn on the car, switch profiles, because that's not me. That's looking better. Awesome. And see what we can find today. We're just gonna get some breakfast at Penny, just some random supermarket. Let's keep the climate running because it's cold outside. It has like 8 degrees. And my friend's eating chips for breakfast. Nice. Let's get some croissants or stuff. Let's see what we can find. Got us some food with donuts and stuff and some coffee. Not too much, of course. So let's continue the 7 minutes towards where we are heading. The Devil's Bridge, as it's called in English. I just learned. It's, yeah, different name in German. But anyway, let's go. Just over there's the bridge, and here's no charging, sadly, but it would be somewhere in this village, but it's on question mark anyway, so it probably wouldn't work anyway. So we're just gonna grab our jackets and then walk over there, because it should just be there like 200 meters or so. Not even, probably. So let's go. Look at this. Pretty awesome. And we did arrive at the Devil's Bridge. Look at this perfect circle with what's happening in the water. Looking pretty awesome. And we got some more wooden art there. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it also is of use for something. I don't know, but it looks pretty nice. We don't have too much luck with the weather. It's kind of rainy and cold, but what else would we expect in the end of October? So still fine, but it's cold, so I think we might head back to the car in just a sec. But pretty nice to see here. Love it. We just checked our route, and the next stop would be Wroclaw in Poland. So that's 146 kilometers, and we wouldn't make it on this 42%. And there's no supercharger or other charger on the way, so we gotta hit the ENBW station down there in Weißwasser, I think it's called. Yep. And from there on we will head on to our next destination for this noon. So let's not wait any longer and head out on the road. Looking good. Yeah, I don't mind. Oops. Okay. In the car it's nice and cozy, so everything's fine. Let's go. We're just passing a drive-in bakery, and we gotta mention that because that's something special in Germany. You never find that here. And yes, we are in Germany again, by the way. So yeah, drive-in bakery. Pretty interesting, pretty awesome. we're almost at the charger, already preconditioning all the way, and I yo-yoed it to get some more heat in the battery, but we're still reduced on regen power, so battery is still quite cold. We're gonna have a look in just a sec. So we just arrived. Let's go to the software menu and get into the service mode to have a look at the temperatures, because we're still preconditioning. You might be able to hear it. Let's keep climate running. Come on, load up. Always taking so long. We're down to 36%. High voltage, charging, and batteries at 17 to 22 degrees, so still pretty cold. Yeah, let's see what speeds we can get. I'm just quickly gonna hop out and plug in. All right, just authorized. Let's plug in the heavy cable. Contactors are going. Now we can also watch the service mode, showing how it starts to charge. And it's already going down temperatures. And I got an update available. Wow. We're ramping up. You can see the kilowatts here and the amps over here. Should be going up to 370 amps, something like that, for full speed, but we're only getting 60-ish kilowatts. Wow. That's freaking slow. All right, we're not gonna charge to full, of course. We are gonna go to Wroclaw and remove all charging stops. Let's add in the supercharger over here, because there we can get a lot faster speeds, even though it's just I think 130 kilowatts max. 150, it's a V2, but still quite fine. We need 22% to get there, so we need to charge to at least 50. 60? 60, yeah. Math's always good. So let's hope that works out pretty well. Doesn't take too long. We are gonna run inside, have a look at this kind of mall where we're at, and yeah, then we'll just see how much we can charge in that time. I guess until we went through there, we got enough charge to get on, so maybe 15-ish minutes to get to 70% to have some buffer should be good enough, I guess. We're back on our way to the car because I just noticed that in service mode my car doesn't lock if I walk away. Wow. Could have thought that it would. Anyway, note to myself, don't leave car in service mode and just go. And it's so freaking dirty, but it doesn't make any sense to wash it because we still get to 2000-ish, 1500-ish kilometers to go. We're at 62%. We could make it with 3%, but we won't. I'm gonna eat my donut, get some drink some coffee, and then we will head out. Battery's at 30 to 40 Celsius by now, by the way, so charging does spike a lot more heat in the battery than yo-yoing does, and we're up to 73 kilowatts at least. Okay, so I just looked up where we are heading exactly, and it's in Wroclaw, and it's in city center at a fast charger because it's available there. And when we are going there anyway, we can also take the time to charge. We would be arriving there with 6%, tells us now. I think we will still stop at the supercharger just for peace of mind, because there's nothing else in between. But yeah, still enough for now. Battery temperatures are up quite a bit, as we just seen, and they are up again to 35 to 45 degrees. So that's nice. Let's exit service mode here and stop charging. Unlock charge port. Unplug this boy. Very nice. And we are heading out 8% on arrival. Yeah, let's see about that. 200 kilometers to go. Shouldn't be any problem with 79%. Should be 20% to spare, but you never know in this weather because I don't have any experience with my car in the cold weather. So let's see. We're still on the highway and we're only going 120, even though we were allowed to go 140. But our projection said that we would be arriving with 10% at the supercharger, even though we should be arriving with 13. I don't know what it's doing right now, but I think it thinks that we should be going 70 when it's actually 140 here. So we're going 120 and it projects like weird shit. I don't know. It jumps up at the end. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, we're just kinda pushing it quite slow and relaxed, not too fast because there are not that many options through here, and the ones that are pretty slow, so not gonna do that. But we still got like 46% for 88 kilometers, so normally I wouldn't worry at all, but it kind of confuses me. I don't know. Let's see how that is going on and is turning out. We're just about to exit the highway in 700 meters. We're down to 20% and by now we should be arriving with 14% because there's no shoulder here, so we had to go 110 all the time. So that went quite well. And by now that's also according to the energy graph again. So I don't know what my car did there in the meantime, but it fixed itself kinda. And now we're leaving the highway here because there's a big ass traffic jam up ahead. And we're just going around that to hit the supercharger, which saves us time and energy. So everything fine. That truck goes really slow because we gotta go 40 here. Pretty tight exit. So yeah, anyway, we're hitting the B roads and having a nice look at the incredibly foggy and rainy countryside. And yeah, let's go the next 16 kilometers to the supercharger. By the way, preconditioning started like 35 minutes ago. It preconditioned for 50 minutes then. So I hope we are getting good speeds there, because otherwise I just don't know what it should do. There are no messages in service mode that anything wouldn't work as supposed, so I guess we should be getting good speeds there. Just arrived at the supercharger. My car wants to start its update. We're gonna do that later. It's a V2, so we had to look on which stall this Model S over there is. He's on 2A, I think. So we went to number 1 because then we don't have to split power. Let's just quickly jump out and plug in. I pulled as far forward as I could and it's still pretty short, but looks good. My car is so incredibly dirty from the B road we just had to take. Let's see. It preconditioned for almost an hour, so we should be getting the full 150 kilowatts that the supercharger can give us. So let's see. Ramping up 80, 85. V2 is ramping up so much slower than V3. 100, 113, 124, 140. Yeah, that looks good. Seems like that's all it can give us, the 141. But that's okay. We don't even need to go that far because I think that was the address that we wanted to go. Yeah, 5 minutes of charging, it says. So right now we would be arriving with 3% state of charge. There's a massive traffic jam. It's only 38 kilometers, but it'll take us an hour. Oh man. That's fucked up. Alright, but it seems to be like a shopping mall, a pretty new one, I would say, here. And in that parking lot here, no, give me that parking. Show me that parking lot. Hello? Doesn't want to. All right. So I think there should be a fast charger of some sort. Then we can park there, visit the city center, charge up, and head out again. But I think we should be going to like 50-ish% or so we have some buffer just in case. Also, I would guess the superchargers are less expensive than the chargers there because of German roaming contract things. I guess it should be cheaper to just charge up here a bit more. So let's do that. We're already up to 55%. Just sitting here, still getting 115 kilowatts. So that charging session's going really well because it's cold outside, the battery's warm, everything's just as it needs to be. But we will be arriving with 42% already. And we want to see something of the city anyway. So we do need to take our time there. And we just use that time to charge. So let's unplug, head over there, and enjoy visiting the city. We got 1 hour to drive ahead of us anyway because of the massive traffic jam that's on the highway just around the corner. So yeah, let's try to get there as fast as possible. We're almost at our destination. It's still 20 minutes to go, but only 6.7 kilometers through the outskirts of the city. And I just spotted a Circle K over there, which you can't see because it won't focus. Can we get some focus out there? No, we can't. All right. Yeah, you can see it right there now. There it is. And I didn't even know that they are active outside of Scandinavia, or I know they are active in the USA, but I don't know. Didn't know they were active here. So interesting to see. But would be interesting to know if they got chargers like in Scandinavia. We just arrived at our destination, which is the charging station. You can already see it there. It's a Delta charger. Yeah, it is. But my charging port is on the left, so let's hope this cable is long enough to be dragged around the car. Let's just hop out and see. We got 46%, so that's all right. But if we're here anyway, we can also just top up. So open up this one, and oh, that's gonna be close. It's gonna be really close. Chunky, hefty cable, but it works. Perfect. Just gonna authorize real quick and then we'll see. Looking good. Let's change the language to English. Initializing charging process, yes. Already clicked their connectors. Sounds good. Cars are starting to charge, and here we go. Awesome. Ramping up. Let's see how much we can get. Should be like 140, I think. But if we get less, it's not that bad. There's also an IE bus charging, German one, funnily enough. And he's got his charge port on the right side for this charger. We're getting 80, 85. 85. I think it's a 160, 170 kilowatt charger, maybe. So that's all we can take, but still fine. I'm happy with that. And we can charge for like an hour or so until we're full, and then we can leave again. Just wandering around the city and found this nice kind of market square here, where there's only flower stores, but it's kind of pretty. And I bet in summer it's way more people here than right now when it's raining and cold. But looks like a really nice place, city center place thing. There's another nice place that's a bit bigger with some kind of water fountain in the middle with glass or so. That's nice. They got electric mini buses here for city tours, if I saw it correctly. That's pretty cool. They're going around the city all day, everywhere. Pretty nice. I just got me some food because wanted to go to Pizza Hut, but they didn't say any single slice, so I got me some plant-based cheeseburger thing. Now we're heading back to the car, and then we're going on our way to Katowice, or however it's spelled, I don't know. But yeah, 2 hours to go. And there's a security service with a Cooper Born. Love it. We're almost back at our car, which is fully charged, and there is a plug-in, not even plug-in hybrid, mild hybrid plug-in and charging spot. That's stupid. Really stupid. Wow. We are on the road again, and someone seems to have unplugged the ID bus in front of us, but left the charge port open, the door. But the cables are back where they belong. The mild hybrid that was behind us is also gone, and we are on our way to the next city. Right in front of us we got a Ford e-Transit from the Polish Post, I would say. Pretty nice to see, and you can literally see the motor hanging out from underneath the vehicle. That's kind of funny, but nice to see. They are doing things here as well. Awesome. We're still on the highway, and this time it stopped raining and the temperature got a bit higher, so we're at 17 degrees Celsius outside and it's pretty dry, so we only need 30% for 100 kilometers again, and not the 40 like before. So temperature and weather really make kind of a difference here, so that makes it now way more relaxed to go and less stressful, and we can go faster, which is nice. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Still about 1 hour to go, 100 kilometers until we're in Katowice, or however it's spelled, I don't know. And yeah, then we'll have a look at the city and see how late it'll get until we get to our hotel tonight. We just arrived at our destination here in I don't even try to say it anymore because I just don't. Anyway, there's a charging station right next to us, AC charger, 11 kilowatts, so that's fine. We're just gonna plug in, head around, walk through the city, have a look at it. I think it's not that big. I think it's just this kind of area here, so we should be through there pretty fast. There are superchargers over here with 150, but only one available. Maybe we're gonna go somewhere over here. There's some fast chargers with, I think, more than 150, but we'll see about that. First, let's plug in and walk around. It's now 18 degrees outside, so it got a lot warmer, even though it's later today. So that's pretty nice. Let's plug in. We are ramping up. Those chargers here are pretty cool. They're really fast in reacting to the display, so that's cool. 11 kilowatts should be fine. Alright. Yeah, so that's good. Let's head to the city. We just had some dinner, and you can see those nice lights there behind me, and those Ukraine street lights there. Pretty cool. We are now absolutely stuffed and heading back to our car, which has like 60-ish% state of charge, I think. So definitely enough to get to our hotel for tonight. We will charge to like 80-ish% in Krakow later today so we can go where we need to go tomorrow morning without having the problems of this morning with a too cold battery, because I just forgot that it's gonna get cold. I think we gotta get somewhere over there in this direction, but it's pretty nice here. So definitely one modern kind of city here. If you want to see more impressions, follow me on Instagram. There you can see all my stories. Nice. And now back to the car. We're in the car, just added our hotel as destination for the route. It's 78 kilometers to go, 57 minutes to drive. We will be there at 9:07 p.m, which is not that bad. so we can easily check in and have a look where we can charge the car and stuff. And yeah, looking good so far. That's why we are heading out now, I would say. And there's a car alarm going off. Also, look at this awesome Sky Hotel restaurant bar thing in the 27th floor. Seems pretty cool, but sure as heck is pretty expensive. So not in our budget, but what is in our budget is driving. So let's go. We arrived at our hotel, at least I think so. There are many people around here, and we are currently parked at some supermarket parking lot thing, but I think there's the entrance to the hotel parking, hopefully. I don't know. We're gonna check in and check everything out, and yeah, then I don't know, I'll show you whatever we find. We just checked into our hotel. Now we're again heading out to the Supercharger, because now the car is still pretty warm, at least more than it will be tomorrow morning. And as everyone that drives an electric car knows, charge your car in the evening and not in the morning to get decent speeds. And then we will also have a look at the city center or the old town or whatever. And as soon as we're back in the hotel, I'll show you our little room. But yeah, for now we're going on our 17-minute trip to the Supercharger. It's a V2 with 100 kilowatts max. Seems to be like a pretty old one, or they don't have that much power there. Whatever. We're gonna charge up to 80-ish%, and we have enough for tomorrow, maybe a bit more to have some buffer for tonight. So a sentry mode can run and everything, and yeah, then we will head back to the hotel and to bed. Just spotted another Model 3 here. That's possibly one of the first that I see. After moving around this parking garage for 5 minutes or so, we finally found the Superchargers. And it seems like they are mobile Superchargers here, because they're on their plastic pallets. And I guess that's also why they are only 100 kilowatts, because that's a pretty thin cable here. Yeah, but anyway, we parked here like normally I would keep those spots for trailers, but there are 2 spots this way around and 2 spots the other way around, and we're here anyway, so everything is fine. That doesn't look too safe, but it seems to be good. Pretty interesting. Just a mobile unit. And the cabling comes out of the floor there. Interesting. So yeah, anyway, I hope we are ramping up. Yeah, that looks good. Blinking green. This guy is also ripping. So let's see, 70. I think 100 kilowatts should be able to be delivered. Yep, that's 100 max. So that's also the reason for V2. If you can't get any more output than 100 kilowatts, every 3 wouldn't make any sense anyway. But we're only getting 88, and I'm pretty sure it's not because of battery temperatures. So yeah, I'm just gonna let's just put in Warsaw, Poland for tomorrow, that we know how much we need to charge here to hit the Supercharger that's in between. I think it should be somewhere around here, but it doesn't add a Supercharger right now. What is going on with Trip Planner? Okay, then let's do it manually. 15 minutes to get there. Okay, so we will be charging like 20 minutes because we want to get around tonight as well. Minus 17% on arrival, so we want that to be maybe 20-ish or so. I guess we're just gonna watch some YouTube in here, and as soon as we're done with that, in 20 minutes or so, we can head out. Okay, I don't know if you can see that over there, but that is a Model 3 in Europe with NAX port and a CCS2 adapter. I have no idea what's going on. I got a... Actually, I do have an idea. I think the Model 3s that are sold in Ukraine are partly imported from the US and thus have a NAX port, but I've never seen this before. And now he's charging with a CCS adapter because the car is CCS capable, with his NAX port. But I've never seen a NAX to CCS2 adapter. I know the CCS1 adapter exists in the USA, and of course it's pretty much the same, just for another plug type, but damn, that's interesting. But we're now only getting half speeds. I also already moved because this woman back there in her Swiss Model X, I don't know what she did, but she kinda struggled getting into any parking spot in the right direction. So I didn't bother too much and just moved here. And we also got 107 kilowatts in the beginning, but now we're probably down to like 50-ish or maybe a bit above, but that's okay. We're already at 70-80%, something like that. So we're about to head out anyway, but that's fucking interesting. We're charged up enough. We will have 37% on arrival if we went there directly, which we won't do, but let's unplug. Okay, looking good. And now we're gonna take a... And why is my seat always going in the wrong position? Always needs readjustment. Let's have a look from where they come. What license plate do they have? That's a Belarusian license plate. So seems like in Russia there might be either no Teslas at all or only US import. That's interesting. But yeah, they had their NAX adapter. Really interesting. Anyway, we are heading out now and going to the Old Town. So let's get there. We did park somewhere around in the city. No AC charger was available, but we're just looking around, and there's horses with a carriage. What the heck is going on here? There's like this church thing, and I don't want to throw my phone around, but that looks quite nice, even though there are some trees in the way, but still looks quite nice. We also just went up there and it's closed, so sad, but at least we did some sport. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We kind of found the city Old Town Square thing, and it looks awesome, at least at night, lit up. Really pretty to see. Love it. We kind of ended up on the other side, and it looks pretty much similar, with some church back there. I don't know what's going on here, but it's looking really pretty. So I enjoy seeing this. I would say we could have had some more time here, so definitely on my list to come back here. I think that would be worth it, definitely. We're back in the car and on our way to the hotel. 10 minutes to go. We will be there at 12 a.m. on the spot. Let's see, I should be able to get out of there. Yes, of course I do. Perfect. So yeah, let's quickly go to the hotel, park the car in the private parking lot, and I gotta go north up there. And do we I have no idea. Yeah, and then I'll quickly show you the hotel room, and then it's time for bed. Just arrived with 90% state of charge in the battery at our hotel. Sentry mode's running. It's got 16 degrees outside, so let's see how that looks tomorrow morning, but I think we should be at above 85%. Pretty sure. Maybe 88, 87, something like that. Definitely enough to get going on our way. So now into the hotel. So this is our pretty little hotel room. Just 2 beds and a fridge and tiny bathroom, but it's got everything we need and it's not expensive, so that's pretty nice. Anyway, I would say that's been it for this part. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.